Hello and welcome, YouTube viewers. Thanks for joining me today. I'd like to thank everyone for all the emails that were sent to me regarding the Trump Baja Fiasco Part 1 video. You can now email me directly at trumpbajafiasco, that's one word, at gmail.com. Today I'm going to be discussing the original Trump Baja Tower 1 purchase agreement and the Trump Baja HUD report. In the original purchase agreement, it states a delivery date of December 2009. Here's how it reads. If this transaction is not in a position to close for reasons other than buyer's default within 2 years from the date hereof, buyer shall have the right to terminate this promise agreement, and buyer shall be entitled to request the return of all monies paid to seller or escrow holder by buyer pursuant to this purchase agreement without deduction. If buyer makes a written request to terminate this promise agreement and for the return of buyer's funds deposited hereunder, seller shall return such refunds to buyer within 10 business days after seller's receipt of such written request. In August, I received a letter signed by Donald Trump and Jason Grossfield along with a HUD report. The HUD report was introduced as a positive for the resort, and the HUD report also stated that if that report had not been signed by me, the purchaser, prior to signing the original purchase agreement, I would have a 2-year window to cancel the purchase agreement and have a full refund. Here is a small portion of the Trump Baja HUD report. We are happy to report that Trump Ocean Resort has been successfully registered with the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. Many developers in Mexico do not spend the time, energy, or expense to register their projects with the U.S. federal government. However, we have elected to do so as part of our commitment to our homeowners. We have enclosed a frequently asked question summary that should address many of your questions. As a regulatory matter, HUD has requested that we update your original promissory agreement to include a reference to the report produced as part of the registration process. Our team at Trump Ocean Resort will contact you shortly to assist you in facilitating this process. On October 27, 2007, I informed the Trump Baja organization on my discomfort with the lack of construction and requested in writing and by phone a full refund on my deposit as stipulated in the HUD report. I was denied my rights according to the HUD report to cancel by Casey Fetterman and Jason Grossfield. Along with my signing and agreeing with the HUD report, I would have to sign a new purchase agreement that would release the Trump Baja delivery date of December 2009. When I showed reluctance to re-signing, I was offered a sweeter deal. I'm not going to go into the sweeter deal details right now, but I will at a later date. The HUD report was a good smokescreen to get purchasers to sign a new contract that would change delivery date to 2011 and further tie up deposit monies. From the information I've gathered, most people signed and updated the purchase agreement because of trust brought on by the Trump name. But at that point, I started distrusting the whole process, so I did not sign the HUD report or new purchase agreement. What are the 3 things that sell real estate? Location, location, location. We've all heard that one, right? Through the HUD report, I also learned, and I was very shocked, that there's a sewage treatment plant across the street from the resort, and depending on how the wind is blowing, it can be very unpleasant. It smells like caca. Can you imagine sitting on your spectacular Trump Baja balcony looking at the beautiful Pacific sunset, and all of a sudden the wind changes and you're breathing in toxic fumes from the sewer plant in front of your resort? What type of pictures does that paint? Someone did not do their homework on the location of the property. Where was the Trump organization when it came to the selection of this property? Again, I put my trust in Trump's name and expertise and did not expect to get a surprise like that. A stinky sewage treatment plant in front of a first-class Trump Baja Ocean Resort. Here's what the HUD report states in regards to that. This is under nuisances. The subdivision is located across the highway from a water treatment facility. Developer is taking affirmative steps to minimize the impact of this facility on the subdivision. However, odors from the facility occasionally may be detected from the subdivision. How could the Trump organization put their name on and promote a project like this without looking into this first. Was there any due diligence done by the Trump organization? I would assume no. I did not, and to this day have not visited the property. There again, I trusted the Trump name. I guess contrary to the old adage, with what three things sell real estate, for Trump Baja, the three things that sold that property were Trump's name, Trump's name, and Trump's name. The supposed reason for the resort not being built was due to non-funding by lending organizations blaming the economy. Let's face it, the economy wasn't that bad. $120 million sold in one day at Trump Baja. After learning and seeing the challenges the location faced, it is obvious why lending foundations were not willing to finance this resort. Could the real internal reason for the resort not being built be due to the poor location? Imagine the resort being built and the owners complaining about the stench. Who would want to stay there, and how could the plant be moved? Who would foot the bill? It was doomed from the start. I would have never put my money in given the real circumstances. Would you? Take care and see everyone next Friday for part 3. Thank you.